Hi my friend, Untangled, March 2022. Before we begin, please join me in sending all of our sisters, brothers and global family experiencing tremendous challenges at this time, rays of unconditional love and healing from our heart center. May the seed of love that is within the cells of every being on the planet fully be activated now with ease, and quickly end all dysfunctional patterns promoting separation and conflict. May compassion, kindness and respect for all of life become the default setting of humanity's consciousness, and complete peace reign supreme. May this peace help to create a sacred space that prospers all of humanity in every area of their lives. We are grateful for knowing that this divine invocation is now set into motion, and we affirm and so it is. And now let's continue on with this month's forecast. 2022 has so far brought with it a great deal of forward movement, and an invitation to begin the next steps of our journey. It's important that we not get too caught up in distracting ourselves with the busyness of home and work, so that we can be open and available to the guidance of our inner wisdom. That wisdom can act like a compass, helping us align with the people, places, and experiences that support our greatest good. From now until about March 20th, we will have the opportunity to slow down and rest before the next big forward-moving cycle begins. These next few weeks will serve as an excellent time for us to reflect on the personal growth, healing, and lessons we've acquired over the past year, and to allow ourselves to integrate them into our present reality. What has changed? What may not have changed? What are our intentions, goals, and desired visions for the year ahead? Now is the time to become clear on the answers to these questions. Starting March 20th, the time we've spent on that kind of introspection will help us be ready to embrace the forward movement that will be picking up momentum at that point. We will then be ready to take inspired action towards manifesting our desired intentions, goals, and visions, letting our love shine. Over the next few weeks, we may notice that we are in tune with those around us, more so than we have been in a long time. This will help the self-love we've been nurturing and building to be expressed and shared with others. Love allows us to see the perfection in everything. It allows us to see beyond the illusions of separation. Choosing love as our daily path is just one choice away, and requires continued practice. Some days it can feel challenging to choose love. That is when remembering to be gentle with ourselves can help bring us back to a state of grace, where love flows easily. Universal love is an unwavering frequency that flows through all of life. Choosing to share universal love means that we express love by acknowledging and honoring ourselves and others, without judgment. In that moment when we are choosing love, all the resistance we have to life can dissolve, so that everything in our lives can flow with greater ease. The next few weeks will offer us an opportunity to express and share love in a kind, respectful, compassionate way. During early March, the energy of romance will be in the air. This is because Venus and Mars will be quite close to one another in the sky. Venus is the planet of love, and Mars is the planet of passion. We may notice a desire to focus on existing relationships, or to begin a new one. When these two planets meet in this way, this can herald a time of new love interests. People who are already in a relationship often notice a renewed vitality in their connection. Action time. By the third week of March, we will feel an inner nudge to begin taking more substantial outer action. We might experience this in different ways, such as starting a new project, job, or creative venture, etc. Moving to a new home or location. Noting changes in our appetite and eating habits. Being more social and extroverted. Starting a new relationship or friendship, or rekindling a past or present one. Feeling more motivated and action-oriented. Taking a trip. Exercising or just being more physically active. Learning something new, perhaps by taking a course or class. Clearing out, cleaning up our living space. Whatever kind of action we take, it's important that it feel expansive and empowering to us. A closer look at the kind of action we choose. There are two kinds of action: inspired action and forced action. When we try to take forced action, we usually come up against a great deal of resistance. Making or forcing something to happen often requires that we spend lots of time and energy on something that may not be natural to us. It often feels hard, and requires a great deal of outer control. Many of us grew up being taught that making or forcing something to happen is what brings it to us. We were taught that if we were assertive about making our dreams a reality, we would be rewarded with positive results. We were taught that the harder we worked, the more things we could acquire to make ourselves happy. Even though this method may work temporarily, most of the time it comes with a hefty price, such as the disruption of our well-being. When we operate from a space of always trying to make or force something to happen, that usually puts a great deal of pressure and stress on our emotional and mental bodies. Over time, this shows up as an imbalance in our emotional, mental, or physical body. But there is a kind of action that doesn't require us to push so hard, and that is inspired action. When we take inspired action, we do so from a place of awareness, ease, and grace. We become so present to the opportunities and blessings the universe is offering us, that we easily step into them from a place of gratitude. There's no force, control, or pressure needed. With inspired action comes a knowing that the universe/our spirit has our back. From this space, we no longer need to micromanage every specific detail. This gives us time to focus on things that feel more enjoyable and freeing to us. Taking inspired action is not to be confused with sitting around and waiting for life to make things happen for us. It does, however, mean that we are intentionally choosing to be present and open to the opportunities that come our way. The universe/our spirit is constantly offering us new opportunities and blessings that will help us create the kind of life we truly desire. However, when we are focused on the future or dwell on the past, we tend to miss what's being presented to us in the present moment. It's in this present moment that we are the most effective, deliberate creator of our lives, untangling ourselves. With times of action, comes an opportunity to untangle ourselves from any dysfunctional patterns occurring in the matrix. Whatever we see happening on the global stage is a direct reflection of what has been taking place within each of us, whether we prefer to admit it or not. For example, it can be easy to focus our attention on blaming and vilifying people, groups, and organizations outside of ourselves that are not doing what we think they should be doing. Yet when we blame others, we actually create a karmic debt with them that requires us to give them all of our power. This karmic debt attaches us to these people, groups, and organizations, which then requires us to learn difficult lessons, in order to eventually get to a place where we can finally be free of these debts. What really is happening when we participate in this kind of behavior is that we are just contributing more to the matrix of fear, rather than choosing to enter the matrix of love. At the core, by blaming others we are really just blaming ourselves, rather than actually making a positive impact on the world. This is a form of mind-created distraction that puts us on an energetic hamster wheel. We then become stuck in a world of separation, where inner freedom is scarce. We can start to get off that hamster wheel by asking ourselves, how does it serve me to continue blaming others, and ultimately myself, for the things I don't like in the world? Who am I, when I no longer distract myself with the need to blame? Questions like these can help us open up new ways of being more aligned with our authentic self. This is how we are able to get off the hamster wheel of struggle. Overall, March will be a month full of wonderful expansion, if we are willing to create and experience it. Till next time. Miraculously yours, Emmanuel.